Agent, I'm home!
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Those Were the Days. Yes, we are at the tail end of All in the Family Season 2. This is the second to last episode. So with that being said, I do want to talk to you guys about what is coming up with the channel. As we are ending Season 2, I will be taking a break both from posting the All in the Family and posting Avatar The Last Airbender. I know a lot of you guys don't really transfer, at least not that I know of. If you do watch both, let me know down in the comments, because I kind of want to cater to both of you. I do know that I have less viewers on the Avatar The Last Airbender than I do All in the Family, but that's because there's more people who've seen All in the Family, so that's understandable. But if you are one that watches both of those, let me know in the comments. Now, after a while, I will be coming back in January at the beginning of the year, hopefully that first Wednesday. I will be doing both Season 3 of All in the Family and continuing through Season 2 and hopefully 3 of Avatar The Last Airbender. We'll get through Season 2 and decide what to do from there. After Season 3, I believe I will take a break from Avatar. That will end Avatar, actually, because there's only 3 seasons. But I will put a pause on posting on Friday, just because I want to build a cache of episodes for the next thing. I believe, I'm thinking about it, the next series after Avatar Season 3, which won't be until about the middle of the year of next year, I'm thinking about doing Batman the Animated Series. If you guys haven't heard, the voice actor for the Batman in Batman the Animated Series, Kevin Conroy.
Don't worry about me. You're needed out there.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Has passed away. He was about 66, which is not old at all. I'm not sure what he passed from, but he did pass recently. Of course, I'm a big Batman fan. You've probably seen this shirt many a time on the channel. So with that being said, I'm hoping that we'll start doing Batman the Animated Series up to Batman, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. Yes, I know it's a kid's show. I was a kid when it came out, so that's what this is about. It's the nostalgia. That's why we watch All in the Family. So with that being said, let's jump into one of the last episodes of Season 2 of All in the Family. Here we go.
Those were the days!
Yeah, all right, bye.
Okay.
Really makes you wonder. What?
Yeah, what?
That was Mrs. Bellini on the phone.
Okay.
A person can't even call his own home no more.
Okay.
He was just evicted from his Volkswagen bus.
How do you get evicted from a bus?
Oh, I'm just reading some old love letters.
Ah, okay.
So you keep your love letters in an old cigar box. I keep my buttons in White Owl.
I'm assuming those are cigar brands.
Do you ever read any of the love letters Daddy sent you?
He never sent me none.
Yep, typical Archie.
I take that back. He sent me a postcard.
Okay.
What'd the card say, Ma?
How is the weather there?
Wow, romantic.
I think that's awful.
That's why I like living here. It don't rain so much.
Right. Not what she meant, though.
I think it's awful that you never got a love letter.
Right.
I didn't say I never got a love letter.
Uh-oh.
I was still going with a boy named Freddie Whithausen.
Okay.
He worked for the highway department as a hot tar watcher.
What do they do?
His job was to watch him pour the hot tar on the street.
Okay.
Sure doesn't sound like someone who'd send a girl a love letter.
Right.
A man who watches hot tar all day must dream dream a lot.
Yeah, that can be pretty boring.
In his letter, he called me his goddess of beauty.
Okay.
How come you married Daddy instead of him?
Seemed more permanent when your father called me a dingbat.
Wow. Okay. Been saying that since the beginning, right?
Oh, your father was so jealous of him. If he ever found that letter,
Right.
Edith, I'm home.
Hi. Welcome home.
I think I'm home. Maybe this ain't my home. 6 p.m. I just come through the dining room there. Table ain't set for supper.
Right.
What do I look like? Dudes are high society guys that eat late, maybe 6:15, 6:20?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, come on. What is this? Like I'm home from work.
And I gotta do more work.
The hell is this here?
Right. Snooping.
Oh, geez, this is awful.
Brought some apple pie home for dessert.
Cool.
Hold it. You don't need the oven for that there.
Right.
What are you talking about?
I quote from the writings of Michael Stivic, Meathead. My mouth is inflamed by the consuming fires of love. You don't need the oven for that. You can heat it with your flaming mouth.
Right.
This proves to me that you took advantage of my little gal. Here, read that.
Nah. Wow. Okay. Let's jump into conclusions.
What's the big deal?
The big deal is the date on this here letter. That's long before you two was married.
Okay.
We're married now, aren't we?
That's no excuse, Meathead. Whatever you're doing, stop here. I want to take a look at this here.
Oh boy. This is gonna escalate pretty quickly.
Daddy, you were reading my letters. How could you?
What was on the table?
And easy with all the pornography in there.
Pornography.
Besides, it happened over 2 years ago. What are you so shocked about?
Okay.
But I ain't the only one that's shocked here and bereaved.
Bereaved.
Look in your mother-in-law's face.
Right.
Don't that bother you that your daughter was involved in a thing like that?
trusted Gloria.
So did I, but I never trusted the flaming Pollock here.
Daddy, someday you're gonna go too far with Michael.
Me going too far with him ain't the problem here.
Oh,
And look at you standing there. You look about as worried as a dead bird.
right.
He wasn't worried about it when it happened.
Because when it happened,
So she knew about it.
because she knew that it happened at the time, right?
Right.
Marcia didn't tell you about it at the time because she didn't want you to worry.
Like this.
What the hell kind of banana reel is that?
Banana oil.
Archie, I didn't tell you about it because you would have just get upset.
Yeah.
Seemed all right at the time for her to go on the weekend. All the kids was doing it.
Okay.
That's my point, Edith. All the kids was doing it. What do you mean to tell me the fact that two people go away on a weekend don't spell something fishy?
Maybe. Maybe not.
That weekend I spent with Freddie Whithouse and there was nothing fishy.
Oh. Yeah, don't bring that up.
Weekend at you? Well, right, get at it.
She's digging a hole for herself.
You spent the weekend with Freddie Whithouse.
The hot tar watcher?
How did you know? You wasn't even born then.
Right.
Went up to a little cabin his parents had in the woods.
Cabin in the woods.
Would you have went up to a little cabin in the woods with me?
Maybe.
Well, I guess so.
What for?
I don't know. Whatever you do in a cabin in the woods.
You asked me.
Because I asked you.
Right.
And then Freddie asked you. How many other people asked you? How many little cabins in the woods you got in your past life?
Oh, look at that. He's jealous.
Right.
Believe it. Something happened 25 years ago. You're jealous.
Yeah. True.
Get out of here!
Yeah, he's still obnoxious. I mean, Rob Reiner, not Michael Stivic, but I'm sure they're both very similar in personality.
Are you jealous, Archie?
Cut that out!
She liked him being jealous.
Oh no, you was back home by then.
Oh,
I was over there waiting for my discharge in Staten Island.
in Staten Island, that's still here.
You never told me nothing about it.
Archie, I never thought you wanted to hear about it.
Right,
When I hear about it, I'll tell you.
Don't tell me nothing.
right. There you go, that's why.
Tell me everything.
Okay.
Freddie and I went down to the lake at 5 o'clock in the morning just to watch the sun come up.
Okay.
What were you doing before the sun come up?
Sitting.
Sleeping.
Right, there you go.
What does that mean?
Oh, it means.
I don't want to know.
Means sleeping.
If I ever see that Freddie Whithausen again, I'll feather him in his own tongue.
You can't do that, Archie.
What do you mean I can't? Why not?
Right, why not?
He died 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Lucky for him.
Oh, wow.
You sent him flowers?
I guess I forgot to tell you about that.
Yep,
Yeah, I guess you forgot to tell me about that, idiot.
a little bit.
Well, that's the straw that broke the camel's neck.
Back. The straw that broke the camel's back.
Going to Kelsey's bar, that's where I'm going, and where else would I go, idiot?
Right.
And when I come back, as long as I ain't a part of your little secret service around here, I'll just eat at the table over there and sleep up in our bed. You can just treat me as if I was another stranger under your roof.
Wow, okay. I don't understand why Archie's so off on this one, but, you know, maybe it hurt him.
In all the 25 years you and me been together, you ain't never once sent me no flowers.
Yeah, that's because you haven't died.
I need someone to talk to me.
Oh, geez, I've been listening to people all day, Arch. I need a break.
Give me a break.
Thanks a lot there, Tommy. If I didn't want to talk to nobody, I could have stood home.
Right.
Hi, Arch.
Oh, jeez, I said I wanted to talk, but I ain't this desperate. Will you turn that TV off?
Japs are invading Wake Island.
I know how it come out, Tommy. They lost. Did you know in Japan a woman's got to walk 10 feet behind her husband all the time?
Okay.
They got to wear carpet slippers so the guys ain't disturbed by the high heels.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Why don't you come home and talk things over with Ma?
Because you can't talk to her. You can't talk to women.
Wow, okay.
Don't tell you nothing that they don't want you to know. They all do that. They're all the same, all of them. Except, of course, my blessed mother.
Yeah, well, talk to your blessed father and see how different that is.
An innocent weekend, there ain't no such thing, buddy. Not the way I was brought up.
Okay.
In my day, if a girl was seen packing a suitcase on a Friday afternoon, she was a marked woman.
Wow, that's an old saying.
Arch, don't you think it's a little silly in our day and age to be preaching old-fashioned virtue?
No!
So that just means that she got pregnant.
If I should invite you around here, we wouldn't have so many new-fashioned babies running around looking for their papas.
Okay, true.
Finish your beer and come home, huh?
And why don't you take a long walk on a short pier?
Well, there's that.
Again, and even if it wasn't innocent, so what?
Right.
What the hell's the matter with you opening your big foghorn mouth in front of Tommy there?
He's worried about rumors now.
A guy, before he marries, got a right to expect the girl he marries to be pure.
We want traditional benefits, but we're not traditional women. I mean, how many brides are virgins? Like, modern women don't have any of the things that men want, and they're demanding traditional outcome.
Well, what about you, Arch? Before you were married, were you pure?
Hey, none of your business.
Huh?
Right. Good question.
Right? You were in the army, you were overseas.
This guy's overseas fighting for his country. He's got some excuse.
I'm not going to argue with that.
What'd you do, get a note from your corporal?
Right.
We was fighting men over there. We was all tensed up and being in action.
Right.
Boys want to go someplace. I went along too.
Okay.
First thing you know, I was there.
Right. Typically how that happens.
Think I was some kind of a queer?
Wow. You can't say that anymore.
I mean, that's part of being a man.
Oh, boy. The old double standard, huh?
Okay.
The Bible says a woman's got to be pure.
Well, shouldn't the same thing go for men?
Right.
It don't say that about the men. I mean, the men in the Bible, all them old-time religious guys, they always had lots of women around.
Maybe.
Abraham, David, Sodom and Gomorrah, all them guys.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah was a place, and it got destroyed.
I mean, after all, you're the guy she married, right?
True.
You met Freddie Whithausen? He's dead and buried.
He was alive up in that cabin.
Yeah.
Maybe I ain't the real husband. Maybe the real guy didn't show up there, and I won by default.
Yeah, maybe.
About you know the way Ma treats you, waiting on your hand and foot.
True.
She never tells me nothing.
You never tell her nothing either.
I want her to tell me what's new, even if it is 25 years old.
Wow. Okay.
It's 10 o'clock. Why are you still cooking?
Right.
Keeping the stew warm for your father. He'll be hungry when he comes home. Your father ain't never once missed having his dinner at home.
True.
Archie is right. I shouldn't keep secrets from him.
Well, that's true. You both shouldn't.
Want to protect him from getting upset and yelling at me.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
You know that weekend you spent with Freddie Woodhausen?
Yeah?
Okay.
Well,
Where's she getting at?
I don't know how to put this, but you and he didn't, you know.
Well? Oh, never. It was during the war.
Okay.
Freddie really respected me. You see, he was a 4F and I was a Red Cross bandage roller.
Okay.
Gloria's in the kitchen. Thanks for bringing him home.
Right.
We're gonna have a few words together, so sit down over there.
Uh-oh.
So we gotta talk about is all this business of a secret service going on around here, and I don't know nothing, see?
Okay.
Things are going on here without my consent, and that's gotta change.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to have a few words about that on-morrow weekend you spent with that tar watcher of yours. You're gonna have to ask me to forgive you.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Forgive me.
Then you admit it, huh?
Yeah, she spent the weekend with him. That's what she admits.
Then what are you asking me to forgive you for?
Not telling you.
All I want is for you to say that on our honeymoon night that I was the first.
Okay.
It's the night after. Remember you fell asleep?
Oh. Not what he meant, but, you know.
Was I not the first?
Of course, Archie.
Okay.
Yes, you come to your senses.
Okay.
And I forgive you.
For what?
For what?
Don't!
Exactly.
Gloria, dish up the stew, and Mike, bring in the ketchup.
Okay.
Ketchup on stew? You didn't ketchup with anything.
Wow.
I once seen you dunk a hamburger in a cup of coffee.
Wow. Okay. That's kind of gross.
It might interest you to know that your mother-in-law apologized to me.
Kind of.
You mean then that weekend she did?
Didn't.
What'd she apologize for?
Right.
For nothing!
You're right, Arch. Everything's back to normal.
Yep. True.
Come and get it!
You mean come and get it? I'm here. I ain't out in the field.
Right.
Especially when you had two chaperones with you.
Except for one afternoon when his parents had to go into the city to get...
You shouldn't have said that.
Hi, Ma.
And Archie's asleep.
Your father's asleep.
And Gloria's wearing a pink poncho. Okay.
Oh, yeah. It was a kind of a housewarming. Frank Clausen and Marion Bloom just got a new apartment.
They got an apartment together and they ain't married?
Right.
Whatever you do, let's not tell your father about this.
Right. He'd have a field day with that one, eh? And that is it. Let's talk about it. Alright guys, that was All in the Family, or as I like to call it, Those Were the Days. Pretty interesting episode. Archie finds a letter that was written from Mike to Gloria, which brings up a event that happened 25 or so years beforehand, where Edith went on a little vacation with one of her boyfriends at the time, and nothing happened. But of course, Archie being Archie, he kind of has a flip and gets jealous, if you will. That's the name of the episode as well. Archie gets jealous. Nothing really happens in this episode. You know, they don't break up. He goes to the bar for a couple of hours, and that's about it. But still pretty interesting. A lot of funny little quips back and forth as usual. And yes, this is one of the last episodes in Season 2. Next one will be Maude. And if you guys know anything about the Golden Girls, Maude is a very interesting character. This episode is, again, just one of those day-in-the-life ones. Eventually, we will get into more dramatic episodes. And as the series moves into its last few seasons, it becomes less of a day in the life and more of a dramedy type show. You will see at some point what I'm talking about. Some of the scenarios get replayed, but there is a lot of situation and less comedy in the tail end of the last few seasons. So not a bad thing. It is good to change it up, but they kind of lose what they had in these first, I would say 4 or 5 seasons. But, it's good to make a change and see if you can shake things up to keep the series going. I do know that after a while, Archie does become a bar owner and moves into the bar. Basically, well, maybe not move into the bar, but they move the show into the bar. So, pretty interesting. I'm still looking for those episodes. If you guys know where to find them other than maybe Amazon to get the box set, let me know. I haven't found them on streaming yet. So, here in America, we have a few different streaming sources, but I haven't been able to find that one specifically yet. It's called Archie's Place. So, with that being said, all in all, a good episode. I do remember them saying something about the boyfriend being a F5, and I looked it up, and it says, no, an F4F is what she said. And that is not qualified for military service. So basically there was something with him. Maybe he's flat-footed. Maybe he didn't have a high enough IQ. Maybe he had some kind of disability or something that made it where he couldn't join the military. But that's why he was able to hang out with Edith, and Archie went off to war. So pretty interesting that they mentioned that off on the in the story, but it's neither here nor there. I just thought that was pretty interesting that they mentioned that. So with that being said, all in all, a good episode. It is one of the last episodes, as I said before, and so yes, next week is going to be Maude. That is going to be a very interesting episode, if I remember the context of that episode. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't do anything. No, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. That's fair. I can take it. It's just me who sees it anyways, and I usually don't look. So, if you guys like this episode, of course, you could hit that little subscribe button.
Don't worry about it. You're still in good shape. All you got to do is just tap it in. Just tap it in now.
This and all of Season 1 is in a playlist if you want to binge watch those as well. And on Friday, we will be having Avatar: The Last Airbender. So if you guys enjoy cartoons from the 90s, early 2000s, that one's more of an early 2000s one, then yes, you will like Avatar: The Last Airbender. If not, I understand. My whole thing is nostalgia, my childhood. I grew up with Archie Bunker, even though it was at least 30 years before my time. 20 to 30 years before my time. So, but I still enjoyed the reruns. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Peace.